Good day, everyone. Today we will present on the topic of W. Ricardo trade theory, and our topic will be explained why country trade and W. Ricardo's idea of comparative advantages. Our group member Zhang Jiafeng and Yu Chaozhu. Now we start. One introduction. So, you know what is trade? I think trade is allowing country to exchange goods and services. Trade has been an important part of human history, but the big question is why do country trade even when one country may seem stronger at producing everything? The answer is in comparative advantages. A key expense divided by W. Ricardo in the 1900 year. To obfuscate with comparative advantages. Obfuscate advantages. Products more efficiently than other comparative advantages. Surprise it is what you are best at the opportunity cost. Before Ricardo Adam Smith introduced the idea of obstacle advantages, where its country benefit if it products goods more efficiently than others, but Ricardo wait to stay neutral. He explained that even for one country has an obstacle advantages in producing all goods, trade is stay beneficial. Ricardo Casco example. Germany was more efficient at bonds well and clothes compared to England. However, Germany had a great advantages in well, while England had the same in disadvantages in clothes. By specializing Germany in well and England in clothes, and then trading both countries get more goods that if they product clothes product points same themselves. It shows that civilization and trade benefit are natural, not just the strong one.
Hello everyone, my name is Yuchaozhu. I'm gonna talk about my part. So now let's look at a modern example of comparative advantage. If we think about China and the United States, the difference is very clear. China has become the world's factory producing electronics, clothes, and many kinds of manufactured goods. On the other hand, the US is strong in high-tech industry, service, and innovation. When these two countries trade, both sides gain. China can buy advanced technology from the US, and the US can enjoy cheaper products made in China. So instead of trying to do everything themselves, they specialize in what they are relatively better at, and everyone benefits. It shows us that Ricardo's idea is not just history, it's still very real in today's world. We can also see some comparative advantage in many products that we use every single day. Take the iPhone as an example, it's not fully made in one country. The screen may come from Korea, the chips may be designed in the US, some parts may be produced in Japan, and the final assembly is often done in China. This global supply chain only works because each country does what it does the best, and then all the parts are put together. In our region, Asia Free Trade Agreements also make this kind of cooperation easier because countries can sell goods across border and with few restrictions. For Malaysia is also benefits from this system. Malaysia is well known of palm oil and also for electric production. By focusing on these industries, Malaysia can trade with the world and earn more income. So competitive advantage is not just a theory, is something that shapes our daily lives. Of course, no theory is perfect, and comparative advantage also has its weaknesses. First, it assumes that there are no transport costs, but in reality, moving goods across countries takes time and money. Second, it ignores the environmental impact. When products are shipped long distance or when countries produce too much, there can be serious pollution. Another limitation is that if the country depends too much on imports, it can be in trouble during a crisis. For example, during COVID-19, many countries couldn't get enough medical supplies because they relied too heavily on imports. Finally, Ricardo developed this theory in the 19th century, and he couldn't have predicted the fast changes in technology today. New technology can change which country has an advantage, and this is something the theory doesn't fully explain. So while the theory is powerful, we must also look at the real-world challenges. To wrap up, David Ricardo's theory of comparative advantage is still one of the most important ideas in economics. It explains why countries trade, why they specialize, and how this creates benefits for everyone. By focusing on what each country can do relatively better, we can have low costs, more choices, and a strong global cooperation. Even though the theory has some limitation, its basic message is still very relevant in today's global economy. Whenever we use a smartphone, wear clothes made overseas, or buy imported food, we actually experiencing comparative advantage in action. So the next time you think about trade, remember that the simple idea from the 19th century continues to shape the modern world.